Hi, this is Sandra here, presenting Assessment 3 of Pathways to a Climate Resilient Society today. Moving on to the introduction, my local area for the study is City of Coburn, which is located in the Perth's outer southern suburbs with a land of approximately 170 square kilometer and 21 suburbs. The city got its name after Coburn Sound, which was named after Admiral Sir George Coburn. Now let's see what are the main attributes of the city. The slogan of the city itself is Coburn, the best place to be. The city of Coburn is the most culturally diverse council in the South Metro of Perth, with half of the population from culturally diverse background. Around 34% were born overseas, and 21% of people use language other than English at home. The main features of the city includes islands, regional parks, lakes, beaches, natural reserves, shopping malls, adventure facilities, museums, educational institutions, health and community services, residential areas, and so on. So this is the presentation structure, which includes introduction that covers local area profile, main attributes, the biophysical environment, the sustainability issues and vision, six policies, conclusion, and references. So now we'll have a glance at the profile of the city. Moving on to the biophysical environment, the city of Coburn is situated on the Perth Basin with sandy soils and sedimentary rocks, and the city is home to a variety of natural species including flora and fauna, which has been listed here for the reference. The black cockatoo is a native bird, especially seen in the southwest of Western Australia and often seen in the city of Coburn as well. The major aspects of the landscape of the city include beaches, wetlands, many parks and reserve areas, and other green spaces. Talking about the built environment of the city of Coburn, it has various elements as discussed before, including residential areas, commercial sports, industrial areas, public infrastructures like the roads, bus routes, train stations, educational institutions, community facilities, and so on. The city has emerging cultural diversity, which is evident from the increasing number of people who speak language other than English at home. Belia Noongar are the original inhabitants of Coburn, which means the river people, and Noongar is the Aboriginal language, which is more often oral language. The city promotes Indigenous history through creating Aboriginal cultural and visitor center. So now we'll have a look on to the area profile. The city of Coburn has a population of nearly 130,283 people, with Aboriginals accounting 1.9%. The city has a land area of 170 square kilometer approximately and population density 775.2 persons per square kilometer. The main sustainability challenges of the city include excessive heat and other climate changes due to urban development, carbon emission, waste generation, reduced green spaces and native species affecting the biodiversity, soil erosions in the coastal areas due to the increasing sea levels. So these are the six policies which will be discussed later. And my vision is to create a resilient city to combat climate change and foster a healthy environment for all residents. So before going to the first policy, let's have a look at this incident. So this is a bushfire burning which occurred near Adventure World and Common Ice Arena in Bibra Lake in Perth South. This incident happened this year, 2024, on February month. And after the investigation, the Fire and Emergency Services reported that the triggering factor for this bushfire in that area was excessive heat waves. So based on that, the first policy is to reduce climate change challenges. The goal is to use more renewable energy sources to attain 50% reduction in carbon emission by 2030. Actions include providing subsidies for residential and commercial spaces for installing solar panels all over the city, encouraging community groups for small-scale wind energy projects in the city, and expanding electric vehicle charging stations as well. The target is to install solar panels at least by 50% by 2027 and 100% by 2030. Develop at least one small-scale wind energy project in the city by next year and installing 25 new electric vehicle charging stations as well. Implementation can be done with the support of state, federal, and private organizations. And monitoring, which is very important, can be done through conducting annual surveys to monitor the usage, and collecting feedbacks on the projects and suggestions for improvement is also very important. The policy 2 is on sustainable urban development. The goal is to achieve 30% increase in green building certifications in the city by 2028. Actions include introducing green roofs, rain gardens, and native plant landscaping into building designs, renovating existing buildings to meet green standards, and conducting public awareness programs. The target is to implement mandatory green building certifications for upcoming projects from the next year onwards, and renovating 50% of the existing building to meet the green standards by 2030, and reaching to at least 2,000 residents through awareness programs by next year. Implementation can be done by engaging local builders, architects, environment departments to promote the practices, conduct annual assessments, and keep a track on the activities. Policy 3 is to expand cycling network in the city by 50% by 2030. Actions include identifying gap in the current cycling path and developing and implementing new lane connecting high demand areas, especially school parks, shopping malls, public transport areas. The target is to complete the assessment and finalize a plan by next year and begin the construction, especially on the high demand areas by 2026, and increase the lane by at least 30% by 28. Implementation can be done through incorporating cycling groups of the city in the planning process. Policy 4 is to enhance biodiversity. This can be done through planting trees in the city. Actions include identifying a suitable area for this, seeking help from local nurseries for collecting native plants, implementing a maintenance plan on a regular basis, such as watering, pest control, and all. The target is to plant at least 10,000 native trees by 2030 and engage at least 1,500 community members in the event by 2025. Policy 5 is coastal area protection by reducing soil erosion and improving habitat quality by 2030. Actions include identifying erosion spots and current habitat condition and restoring the habitat by planting coastal grasses. The aim is to reduce the rate by 20% and restore at least half of the total coastal with habitats by 2030. The last policy is to reduce waste generation by increasing the use of reusable products, especially the cloth napkins and sanitary products like menstrual cups, to 50% by 2025. Actions include introducing subsidies, giving offer discounts, and conducting awareness campaigns. The aim is to increase adoption rate by 50% by 2030 and at least engaging 1,000 residents in the workshop by 2025.